In the time before history was carved in stone, when gods walked the earth and shadows whispered secrets, there was a power that no darkness could escape. His name was Utu, the sun god of Sumer, also known as Shamash to the Akkadians, a god whose very presence struck terror into the hearts of the wicked and brought solace to those lost in the shadows of despair. Utu was not born of light, but from the depths of night. His father, Nana, the mysterious moon god, had once ruled the silent hours. But when Utu emerged, his first cry split the heavens, heralding the dawn. From that moment, darkness would never again hold dominion over the world. Utu, with his piercing gaze and relentless justice, was the light that no shadow could withstand. The Sumerians knew him as the vigilant guardian of truth, a deity whose wrath was as scorching as the noonday sun. With a long, flowing beard and eyes that burned like embers, Utu was depicted with rays of fire shooting from his shoulders, his very presence a reminder of the justice he would mete out. His emblem, a serrated saw, was not a symbol of creation, but of destruction, a weapon forged in the fires of retribution, meant to tear through the lies and deceit of gods and men alike. The world trembled before Utu's judgment. In the sacred city of Uruk, the legendary King Etana faced a trial that would test the limits of his faith. For years, Etana had ruled without an heir, his kingdom's future as barren as the desert sands. Desperation gnawed at him, until one moonless night he called out to the heavens, his voice hoarse with fear. "Great Utu, god of justice, hear my plea. Grant me a son, that my line may endure." Silence followed his prayer, a silence so deep it seemed the very stars had ceased their twinkling. Then, in the blackness, a voice like thunder boomed across the skies. "You seek an heir, King Etana, but you must first prove yourself worthy." Utu's words echoed through the night, filling Etana with dread. "Find the eagle, trapped in the pit of darkness. Free him, and in return he will lead you to the plant of giving birth. Fail, and your line will end with you." Etana's heart pounded in his chest as he journeyed through the wilderness, his every step a struggle against the unknown. Days turned into nights, nights into weeks, until at last he reached the edge of a desolate pit. From its depths came a faint, pitiful cry. Etana peered into the abyss and saw the eagle, its wings broken, its spirit crushed. For a moment, doubt crept into his mind. Could this creature truly be his salvation? But Utu's command rang in his ears, and with trembling hands, Etana descended into the pit. The darkness closed in around him, suffocating, as if the shadows themselves sought to consume him. But Etana pressed on, and with great effort, he lifted the eagle from its prison. As he did, a blinding light exploded from the creature's eyes, and suddenly the pit was no more. The eagle, now restored, spread its wings wide and took flight, lifting Etana with it into the heavens. Together, they soared to the realms where gods tread lightly, where the mythical plant of giving birth grew in secret. But Utu's justice was not reserved for kings alone. Far from the splendor of Uruk, in the lands of Aratta, a great curse fell upon the humble shepherds and cowards of Sumer. A sorcerer, malevolent and twisted, had bewitched their animals, turning the fields of abundance into barren wastelands. The cries of the people reached the heavens, and Utu, ever vigilant, took notice. The sun god's fury was terrible to behold. With his serrated saw in hand, Utu descended upon the land like a storm of fire. The sorcerer, sensing his doom, attempted to flee, but there was no escape. Utu's light seared through the sorcerer's illusions, exposing his true form, a wretched creature cowering in the shadows. With one swift motion, Utu brought down his saw, severing the sorcerer's ties to the mortal realm. The curse was broken, the animals restored, and the people of Sumer rejoiced, knowing that Utu had delivered them from evil. Even among the gods, Utu's justice was feared and respected. When the mighty Gilgamesh and his wild companion Enkidu ventured into the forbidden cedar forest to face the monstrous Humbaba, they knew they would need more than strength to survive. Humbaba, guardian of the forest, was a creature of ancient darkness, his breath like poison, his voice like thunder. But Gilgamesh's mother, the wise Nin sun, called upon Utu to watch over her son. As the two heroes entered the forest, a sense of foreboding hung in the air. The trees loomed like silent sentinels, their branches twisting into shapes of fear. But Utu was with them. His light cut through the gloom, blinding Humbaba and allowing Gilgamesh and Enkidu to strike. The earth shook as the beast fell, its dying roar echoing across the mountains. But even in victory, the heroes knew they owed their lives to Utu's unwavering protection. And yet, Utu's most enduring legacy was his role as the harbinger of truth, the light that banished the darkness of deception. Each morning, as the sun rose over the eastern mountains, it was Utu who emerged, his divine attendants opening the gates of heaven to let him pass. His journey across the sky was a reminder to all that no secret could be hidden from his gaze, no sin could escape his judgment. As night fell and Utu descended into the underworld, he carried with him the souls of the dead, judging them with the same relentless fairness he had shown in life. In the twilight of his reign, Utu's connection to humanity was embodied in the hero Lugalbanda, the son of the sun god himself. Lugalbanda's bravery and wisdom were a testament to Utu's influence, his deeds echoing through the ages as proof of the god's enduring power. Through Lugalbanda, Utu's light would continue to shine, even as the world changed and empires rose and fell. And so, as the Sumerians looked to the horizon, waiting for the dawn, they knew that as long as the sun rose and set, Utu's justice would reign supreme. His saw would remain sharp, his light unyielding, and his legacy eternal, a beacon in the darkness, a reminder that truth and justice could never be extinguished.